Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you've never seen me before, my name is Brittney Gray. I'm here every Thursday and every Saturday. We are having very important hair conversations here. Everybody has to know most people have hair on their heads and most people don't know what the heck they are doing with their hair, okay? So it's very important. Subscribe to my channel. Today we are talking about bangs, okay? This is a highly requested video, and also I just feel like sometimes, you know, women, we have our moments, right? And guys too. We have our moments where we're like, I don't know, I want to shake things up a little bit. I want to change my color, or maybe I should just cut bangs. You know, we've all been there before, and then some of us have cut bangs and we regret it. And just sometimes we've done bangs and then there's something that's like not quite right about your bangs, but you can't necessarily put your finger on it, and you're just like, why don't bangs look right on me? Or why don't these bangs look right on me, but they look great on this other girl? So we're gonna break down the science behind bangs today in terms of face shape. And then at the end of this video, I'm also gonna throw in some bonus information that's not just about your face shape, but we're gonna go into your growth pattern, your profile, and some other stuff. So you wanna stay tuned to the end of this video, okay? So yes, let's get into it now. So I'm gonna have my little graphic. You guys, I have my notebook here, but I actually scanned the pictures that I drew. And yes, I know I'm an amazing artist, okay? You don't need to leave me comments. I know my portraits are just so detailed and beautiful, right? So anyway, so if you have a round face shape, you're gonna wanna do side swept bangs, and you wanna make sure they're nice and thick, not like all wispy and see-through. You wanna make sure they go from about your brow to the top of your cheekbone on the opposite side. Now this is the same as if you have watched my face shape video, just a general hair cutting face shape video that I did. The reason why you want side bangs is because you want to eliminate some width on the side of the face to just make it more appealing to the eye. You want to elongate your face a little bit. Now these are the kind of bangs that I do whenever the mood strikes me to do bangs. I've had straight across bangs before, and a couple of times like high school and then a little bit after that. And that's another story for another time. But yes, what you want to avoid is straight across bangs, especially if they are high up above your brow. You want to avoid that because it's just going to emphasize the roundness of your face. And I just want to insert again, like I do in all of my videos, there's nothing wrong. All faces are beautiful. All skin is beautiful. All hair types are beautiful. All like features are beautiful, okay? Want to emphasize that. I'm not saying if you have certain features, you should try to disguise it. I'm not saying that. I'm saying what will actually make your face look better, you know? So when I say that you should do this because you have a round face, I'm not saying, oh, make your face look less round. It's like, no, make your face like the most beautiful round face that it could possibly be, if that makes sense. You know, because don't you see women sometimes and you're like, oh, she's super cute. And yeah, she might have a round face or whatever kind of feature we're going to talk about today. And it's just because she has a good haircut or she does her makeup well or whatever the case may be. So wear your hair however you want. You know, there's no standard for beauty here on my channel, okay? Had to put that in there like always, okay? So yes, round face, you want to do side bangs. You want to make sure they're nice and thick, kind of like that a little bit. See how cute that looks? Versus if I were to do, and I fall under the face shape of round / square, versus if I were to do something like that. I mean, that looks a little crazy, so maybe I'll delete that part of the video. I'll just edit that out. The next face shape that we are going to discuss is the oval face shape. Now, just like in my video about general hairstyling and haircuts for face shapes, the oval face shape is the ideal face shape in the cosmetology world. Again, there's no beauty standard or whatever for what's beautiful, and if you don't fit that, then you're ugly or something like that, okay? It's just what's the most aesthetically pleasing what's the most aesthetically pleasing to the eye, because there is a science. Just like there's that's just the same thing as why there is a science behind attraction and things like that, which again, another video for another time. You know, I'm trying to streamline and organize my thoughts. So if you have an oval face shape, you can literally wear any haircut, any bangs you want, okay? Get creative. The world is your oyster. There's literally nothing that won't look good on your face shape. Bitch, just kidding. So let's talk about square faces. What bangs look good on a square face shape? If you have a square face shape, you want bangs that go, if you're gonna do straight across bangs, you want bangs to go to touch your brow at least, and maybe even go a little bit lower, like, you know, like they're barely kissing the top of your lashes. Also, another thing with a square face shape is you want soft lines. And if you go to a professional, then they're gonna know what I mean with soft lines and harsh lines and that kind of thing. But you want something that is going to kind of soften your facial features, if you will. So there's certain cutting techniques that they can use to kind of, you know, make your bangs look softer and then thus make your face look softer, your facial features look softer. If you have a square shaped face, what you want to avoid is super short bangs that further accentuate the squareness or the angularness of your face. You don't want to like have super straight, like, you know, super straight lines. Now, this is a face shape that I totally forgot to mention in my face shape video. I don't know what I was thinking when I forgot it, but the oblong face shape, okay? So it's similar to a square face shape, but think about it more as a rectangle, okay? So you're gonna have like a strong jawline, like, you know, and a forehead, like a rectangle pretty much. So what you want to avoid if you have an oblong face shape is super short bangs, because that's just gonna drag all your features down and make your face look even longer. What's gonna look great on your oblong face is if, again, you use softer lines, and then also if you do bangs that kind of get longer just around the edges here and kind of like blend in to the rest of your haircut. You don't want super short bangs all the way up here or too high above your brow, basically, because it's just not gonna be, if all your hair, if the eye is looking at all the hair kind of up here, then it's not proportionate with your face, okay? Also like wispy bangs, things like that, like anything like around the forehead that's kind of like long around here, kind of soft, that's gonna look beautiful on your face shape. As I'm editing, I realized that I totally forgot the diamond face shape when I initially wrote up my little, whatever you want to call it, for this video. So let's discuss the diamond face shape really quickly. So basically with the diamond face shape, the widest part of the face is going to be the cheekbone area. So what you want to avoid is basically width at the cheeks, in terms of your hairstyle, your haircut, your bangs. So if you're gonna do like long side bangs or bangs at all that have like longer pieces on the side, you don't want them to fall directly right at your cheekbone, and then furthermore, you don't want them to kind of flow outward like they are in the picture that I drew. That's like the no picture, okay? So if you have a diamond face shape, you can have blunt bangs, you can have wispy bangs, straight across bangs, side bangs, whatever. But you want to make sure that the pieces around your cheekbone are kept nice and tight, close to the face, not going away from the face. You don't want the lines to go away from the face. And also volume up at the top, at the root is nice, looks beautiful on the diamond face shape. The last face shape that we are going to discuss is the heart face shape. So for a heart face shape, you want to do something like side bangs if you're going to do bangs, okay? Something that kind of distributes the hair across your forehead, so that way it kind of like cuts, I guess that sounds kind of creepy, cuts into your forehead a little bit, so that way it doesn't draw so much attention. If you have just short bangs that go straight across, and you obviously with the heart-shaped face, your forehead is the widest point of your face as it is. So if you do straight across bangs, it's just gonna be like, whoa, hello, heart-shaped face here with just wide bangs here, and then just a super narrow jawline and chin and everything like that. So yeah, side bangs kind of swept like that a little bit from your brow to your cheek. Also, lengthwise, it's good to do something that's like maybe a little bit above the brow like that. If you're gonna do side swept bangs, like something more like that, because it draws attention to your eyes, and it's just super cute on your face shape. Also, bangs that look good if you're gonna part in the middle. Kind of like, I always say, like, my favorite bangs are Britney Spears bangs because she has a heart-shaped face and her forehead is the widest part of her face, right? And I love when she does this haircut where it's like part in the middle. It's like the haircut, I feel like that's like her iconic, well, it's not her iconic haircut because her iconic haircut, she was having a little moment, you know, her leave Britney alone moment. But you know, aside from that, you know, when she has her life together a little bit, and I'm a Britney fan, so anyway, she parts her hair in the middle, and she kind of has like these fringe bangs that open up a little bit, and it's perfect for her face shape because it kind of accentuates the right, well, I guess I don't want to say the right parts of her face, but it makes the most out of her face shape because it kind of cuts off the edges here of the forehead and then just draws attention to the rest of her beautiful features. So now that we have discussed all of the main face shapes, let's talk about special circumstances and bangs, okay? Now, obviously, the go-to trick for girls out there or guys who have a big forehead is to get bangs, okay? So if you have a big forehead, you're insecure about it, consider yourself lucky. You know, sometimes it's a look to have the straight across bangs. And like, as I was writing out my whole little video plan for this video, I realized that it's kind of hard to have straight across bangs, right? Or else, like, if you do have just the straight bangs, there's like special ways you have to like style them or cut them in order to have them. You know, I feel like a lot of people can't just like up and like chop their bangs and be cute. Another thing is if you have a small forehead, and some people have this like, okay, I watch Real Housewives of New Jersey. It's like probably one of my favorite seasons. But Teresa on Real Housewives of New Jersey, she has a very small forehead, okay? I mean, her forehead is maybe, like her hairline is about here-ish. If you have a smaller forehead, I wouldn't suggest bangs just because it's not gonna be, if you do bangs, first of all, your bangs are gonna have to be like super short anyway, because if your hairline starts here, you're gonna have to do like super short bangs. But also, it just won't look proportionate with your face, you know? So you want to keep the hair off of the face. Just my suggestion, my opinion. Also, just make your life easier if you don't have bangs. Another special circumstance is if you have weird little cowlicks, okay? And I don't mean that in a bad way. I have a confession to make. There's like my thing in hair. I love like growth patterns, hairlines, and cowlicks. I don't know. I'm weird like that. Like, if I have a client who has strong cowlicks, I like to kind of, like, they're fun to do blowouts on. Like, they can be useful, like, when you're doing, like, blowouts, or else if you're doing highlights or something, you can, like, accentuate it and just, like, make it work for the client. That's what I like to do with hairlines. Also, Jennifer Lopez has my favorite hairline in the entire world, okay? Like, love her hairline. But anyway, if you have cowlicks and things like that in the front, especially some people have like 2-3 cowlicks, I would not suggest bangs just because it'll make your life hard, okay? Because every single day, if you have cowlicks and then, you know, your hair naturally, it just wants to grow out like that, right? It wants to spring back like that. If you have a cowlick and you're trying to press the issue of getting bangs, just don't, okay? Because then you're gonna have to blow dry it a certain way every single morning, especially little girls. You know, if you have a daughter and you want to cut her hair, and you know, the go-to kids haircut or little girl's haircut or kid's haircut, I guess, is just the straight across bangs because it keeps the hair off the face and whatever. But it might make your life easier if you just let your daughter not have bangs, because then it's just gonna make your life harder. The last special circumstance if you are considering getting bangs is if you have a large nose. Now, what I mean by that is if you turn to the side, I don't know if my profile is showing correctly, but whatever. If you turn to the side and if you have a large bridge of your nose, it kind of sticks off like that, I wouldn't suggest doing bangs. And also, I need to make a video all about facial profiles, because there's different things like your chin, your nose, all kinds of stuff, forehead. Yeah, I need to make a video about that. Anyway, if you have a larger nose, a big bridge of your nose in particular, I wouldn't suggest getting bangs, just because say you have a large nose like that. Let's just say it's like that. If you have bangs coming down like that, it's going to kind of accentuate this part of your face and accentuate your nose, and kind of make your forehead makes it, it recedes a little bit when you're looking at it from the side. So those are all special circumstances where I personally, in my professional opinion, I would not suggest getting bangs, or I would suggest getting bangs. But again, it's all up to you. It's your hair. Do whatever you want. Get creative, okay? Anything is possible with hair. It's just that we all kind of have to go different routes of getting it depending on what it is, if that makes sense. And all hair is beautiful. All features are beautiful. And that's why you know, professional hairdressers, we're so important. I'm sorry, because these are the things that we know that, you know, we know how to make the most out of your look. We know how to make the most out of your bone structure, your profile, all kinds of stuff, okay? So if you see celebrities and people like that and you're like, oh, they're so beautiful, they're so this, just don't feel bad, because first of all, they have an entire team of people who make sure that their look is on point, that they're just snatched, okay? Like that everything just looks good, and they have somebody who knows what's going to look the best on their face, on their body, and all that kind of stuff, okay? So that brings me to the end of this video. If you enjoyed this, then leave a thumbs up. Also, if you learned something, hit thumbs up. And leave me a comment down below. I do read all my comments, and then I read them, and then I use them to consider whatever I'm gonna film next. So yeah, leave your requests down below. Also follow me on Instagram, because if I'm not here, I'm there. Also follow me on Twitter. If I'm not here, I'm there. And I need to leave to go get a facial. I'm supposed to be there in 12 minutes. So yes, I gotta go. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Share this with all of your family and friends, because everybody has to know about that stuff growing off the top of their heads, okay? Everybody has to know about their hair. It is so important, okay? So thank you for watching, and then you guys will see me Saturday. Bye.